Okay, so a short demo of Claude Code solving a GitHub issue for me. So I've got a GitHub issue here. It is not the hardest issue by any means. It is a fairly simple issue involving copying some code from one stored procedure to another and implementing some logic. So I am going to tell, that's issue number 3827, I'm going to switch over here to Claude, and I am going to say in this GitHub repo, please draft a pull request that will close issue number 3827 after implementing what's described in the issue. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to say go draft a pull request that will solve the issue. I'm also, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to hit bypass permissions. I'm going to have it go ahead and do its work. That's a little dangerous. I'm going to get a little warning thing pop up around in Claude Code as it does its thing. Warning, Claude can take actions without asking, including modifying or deleting files, which it will. Now, so it can change things on your local file system. Remember, it's got permissions for me from GitHub. So what it's doing right now is it's reading the GitHub issue. It's going to analyze what it is that was asked to be done in the GitHub issue. Then it's going to go change the code to match what the issue requested. And then it's going to draft a new pull request. By drafting a pull request, what that means is that I'm going to be able to see in GitHub the file diff of what changed, what it's suggesting that we change over in that issue. Now, I'm talking for a little minute because you can see how long it's going to take for this thing, or I want you to be able to watch it in real time. And I also want to tell you a few things about it while you're sitting here watching it doing its thing and thinking. And I should zoom in a little so that you can see the status messages as it goes, because it's pretty cool to watch. Remember how I said bypass permissions? I have this thing, the way that it's set up right now for this demo is just to go ahead and do the work. I don't want it asking me questions. You see it's going through and checking for the contents of the code to see whether or not it already has relevant variables that need to be populated. It's doing all this work without asking me for planning advice. This was a fairly simple pull request. On more complex pull requests, and in the real world, what you're going to do is have it first do a planning stage. And there are options down here too, under when you're doing your work, about whether you want to have it just plan the work first and interact with you as it's doing the planning, and then go off and do all the work, or just have it go do all the work. Now, in this case, I have a really simple pull request, so it's able to just go off and do all the work. It still may not be correct. I still have to go through and review the code afterwards. So now I love that it shows you the little to-dos. So here's what it's got left to do. So it's already studied, it's already studied the code. Let me go through and I'll just let it keep doing its thing. It makes a little list of things that it's going to go do, and then it goes and works through the list. Accomplishing, commit changes. Oh, there's this little adding to-dos. Adding internal variables. Oh, still churning right along. I find that when I work with this, I will, first off, I'll do a planning session and I'll be like, let's talk about the thing that we want to do first. Then after I've made sure that it has all the information it needs, then I'll switch through and have it go do its own thing. There are a couple of other options in here that you no longer see now that the work has started. One is it can work in your local GitHub repo, like I have it pointed at a GitHub repo that I can go play around with here, so that I can go look and see what changes it made, which also means I can go override its changes manually, and like change specific code styles if I want. Or you can have it go work in its own standalone GitHub repo. The reason that that's useful is you see that it takes a little while. After all, it's going through. It's still working. I'll add. No, he's still going. it can take a little while, especially the more complex your pull requests get. This way you can just let it fire off and forget, and you can go on and do other things in the meantime. What I like to do in the meantime is go off and have other planning chat sessions. Like I'll open up either Claude's chat or ChatGPT and talk about something that I want done so that I can flesh out the requests as clearly as possible. The more specific that I can be with my design goals, the more likely it is that it's going to do what I want. Okay, so the diff looks correct. Now let me commit and create the pull request. Another thing that it's not doing is testing in here because I didn't ask it to test, but I have local SQL Server instances set up plus on another machine in here. So that normally what I'll do is I'll say, okay, now go off and go connect to these SQL servers. It's already got a list of SQL servers in here. Go connect to these SQL servers. Make sure that this code works across all these versions. Create me a testing script too as well with situations that should trigger what we're about to describe. Okay, so the pull request is created. It says, here's what all was done. I added 7 parameters to SP Blitz indexes stored proc. I added internal config variables that we needed from SP Blitz cache, copying them over. Added a couple of temp tables with the same schema as SP Blitz cache, and copied the full config setup logic from SP Blitz cache. Okay, so it says go create the pull request, so it should have already done that. Yep, pull request created, so we'll go ahead and click on the pull request. Then I can go check over in GitHub, and I can see it's got, here you go, here's the things that it did in the pull request, here's what we should do in order to test it. It was generated with Claude Code. I can go over and look at the files that were changed. I can look at my diff and scroll down and go see the work that it did and review it. Now, obviously, the next thing that I would want to do, because Claude has a Claude has a set of tests in here that it wants to do, the next thing to do would be to tell Claude to go test it, but in the interest of this short video and let you get back to the blog post to give you the bigger picture for around how cool this is. So happy reading.